Crab's been scarce around local because the water's so salty. I guess that's what it is. But anyway, he catches some crabs up ahead of the bay, but he catches them in down the lower part. Of course, it's a good year for strike for oysters because you get the water real salty. Most time you have a good strike. Oyster set.
I feel funny when I eat oysters in the summer. It's like football, watching football in the summer. It just don't feel right.
Now, oyster's a wonderful oyster. He's not a summer oyster, but a lot of people they eat oysters all year round. But the older ones used to say, "Don't eat no oyster unless it's a month with a R in
I'm sorry.
it. Month with a R."
Oh yeah, that's right. I've heard that.
The older heads wouldn't let us kids go swimming in August. They call it dog days.
Uh huh.
Because you had a sore or something on you, get infected, you know. Of course, I guess it was the water.
When did all that those chemicals get in the water? That MS and what was that other one that you mentioned?
Demo,
Demo. What was that all about?
uh, well, we had a lot of filter around the shores, you know. The eelgrass and the bulrushes and swamp willow. Back in 1959, grass come up in the creeks, and they call it milfoil grass. And it was growing 14 foot of water. And when the tide was low, from the head of Machoda all the way out past the Black Bacon, and in the river, round in about 14 foot of water, the grass was so thick that a snake couldn't even swim. He went across the top of the grass when the tide was low.
Was it like eelgrass?
No, it was different. It had had bigger leaves on it. And Vims come down to my father and uncle's place down here at Chatham Village, and they put a metal boat down there with a grass spread on it. And because people couldn't get in there to the creek hardly, we had to tow the haul seine rig or go out to the creek in the summer months with an outboard motor with a wheelless wheel on it. Used to get them from Seward over at Warsaw. 5-horse outboard motors. Tow the big boat out because the grass was so thick you get on the wheel of the big boat and you have to take a hatchet and chop it off. Get overboard and crawl underneath the boat and take turns cutting it off. And we have to tow it out with the outboard motor. And when we was haul seining, and Nam and I was the same way, all the creeks, couldn't hardly get in there. And like I said, Vims come down to my father and uncle's place with that metal boat and a grass spread on the bow of it. And they had little pellets, looked like you feed rabbits with, and they had a chemical in it. And they would stake a place off in front of the landing down there, and they'd try a different chemical every week. It'd come down. And the last time he come down, I asked the old fella that was head of it, I said, "Have you got something to kill that grass yet?" He said, he looked at me, he said, "Yeah." He said, "Son," he said, "you won't live long enough to see grass no more." That kind, anyway. But they didn't realize how strong it was. Because it would kill it. It would fall to the bottom of the creek, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And if you waded around there soft crabbing or something, it was just like grease on your legs, the grass when it died. And it kind of smothered some of the oysters too that planters had. And it didn't only kill the milfoil grass, it killed our eelgrass, it killed our bulrushes, we call it, that grass around the weeds around the shore, bulrushes, and the swamp willow too. And the last 25 years, different areas that started coming back a little bit after we had Agnes, because the runoff kind of buried that chemical that was put on board. And not only did the watermen put the pellets overboard, the city people, everybody done it. It had anything to do with the water, and they didn't know how potent it was, because it killed it. But it,
Sort of like the farmer's roundup.
yeah, that's right.